The rewiring process is disruptive and messy. It consists of two main fixes. The first is the actual installation of wiring and cables. The second fix is the joining up and fitting of the sockets, switches and lights. There are numerous runs of wire going under the floors and through the walls and ceilings. If possible, remove any furniture and carpets. The process also requires a large amount of plastering work, as studs need to be chased in to place sockets and switches. Depending on the type of home and its size, rewiring a house can be expensive. The cost will depend on the complexity of the project, including the type of materials to be used. For example, open wall houses can be rewired for just $6 to $10 per square foot. A two-story house will cost from $20,000 to $25,000. However, rewiring is not cheap, and the cost is not guaranteed. A full rewire can take 5 to 10 days, but it can take more time if you have a large property. The amount of work involved will determine how long it takes. You can choose to rewire your house in stages, depending on how large your property is. A full rewire can be done in two stages. The first fix involves the installation of wiring, back boxes for sockets and new electrical panels. In this phase, you don't need to remove any furniture or possessions. While you can rewire a house in stages, you should hire an electrician if you are unsure of what you're doing. It's best to get an electrical contractor with experience and hire an electrician for the job. Ensure that they use contractor-grade panels when rewiring. Remember to paint over any wires that run along the wall surface. It's not uncommon for breakers to pop when rewiring. The rewiring process isn't as simple as taping two cables together. It can be a lengthy and complicated process. A good electrician will pre-cut openings for electrical devices and holes must be drilled into the walls. A house rewire usually requires two people to complete. One person can do the wiring while the other can catch wires in the crawl space. After all, the rewiring project is a big job. The rewiring process is a messy and disruptive process. It is crucial to make sure you're prepared for the disruption that will occur as the wiring process goes on. A good DIYer can rewire one switch, but may not be able to rewire a whole house in one go. The best rewiring project is well planned and will save you time and money in the long run. Before you begin, it is important to understand the process and how it can affect your life. Rewiring is essential to keep the house safe. Old knob and tube wiring is not only unsafe, but it can cause serious injury. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, there are about 24,000 residential building electrical fires annually. Those fires cause $871 million in property damage and 310 lives. Rewiring a house is a big job, and it must be done correctly. Before rewiring a house, it's important to determine how much it will cost. The average cost to rewire a 1,000 square foot home will cost anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. If you're doing it yourself, you may want to consider hiring a contractor to do the work for you, or you may want to rewire a portion of the house. The cost to rewire a house varies depending on the area and the type of wiring. Most homeowners pay about $2,100 for the rewiring project, but the total cost can vary as much as $600 to $800. The price of labor will depend on the number of rooms you'd like to rewire, and the size of your home. In addition, the size of your house and the location of old wiring will determine the cost.